Hey everybody, it's that time again. One of my Phil's hate recipes. Um, this one's a long time coming. This is a grudge recipe. Several years ago, I used to attend this family reunion. It wasn't my family, but I would go every year, and there was this one delicious dip that would show up every year, and it was this old lady that brought it. She was like well into her 80s, and it was a avocado salsa dip. Not quite like a guacamole, chunkier, but it was so good, so delicious. And this lady kept it close to her, like in her cooler, and every once in a while she'd stir it. She'd keep a close eye on it and make sure that the avocados were still nice and green. Anyway, so I asked her, like, what's in this recipe? Like, it's so good, and she ignored me. She basically ignored me. So I guess this was her, this is what made her popular at bingo. She would bring this recipe, and would make friends with this recipe and all that stuff. And so I guess she didn't want to share it with me because, me back then, I was like this young 20-something-year-old guy. She wouldn't want me to have no reason to hang out with her. So basically, she wouldn't give me this recipe. And so what we did, I was with a couple friends, and we sat around this dip because it was so delicious, and we kept taking bites out of it to try to figure out what the ingredients were. And first year we weren't able to figure it out, but the year after that we'd come back and we'd try it, and then we'd go to the grocery store, try to make it at home. Finally, third year comes up, that lady is there. She's ignoring us. She's just like sitting there all by herself, waiting for people to come and taste her delicious dip. And so once again, we sat around this dip and we started eating it, and we finally figured it out. I made it at home a couple times, and I've been making it ever since we figured it out, and I'm gonna make it for you today. So basically, this is the stolen cold old lady's avocado dip. And so what is in it? Well, obviously there's avocados. So 5 avocados, about this big. They're fairly large avocados. If you're using small ones, you might want to use 6, but I got 5 medium to large size avocados. I have this can of niblets, so corn, and there is a single red pepper diced. It's a very colorful recipe. We're going to juice 1/2 of a lime. We're going to use a can of sliced ripe black olives. Some people don't like olives. You don't have to use the olives, but I find that this adds a little bit of saltiness. And our secret ingredient is cilantro. Now, if you don't like cilantro, I get it, but I personally think that you have no soul. This cilantro is fantastic, and it makes this recipe. So if you don't like cilantro, yeah, I get it, but this might not be the recipe for you. So first thing I did, I diced my avocados, I diced my red pepper, and I'm going to stick it inside my bowl like this. I'm going to take my full can of corn niblets, dump it in, the whole thing. Now for olives, this is a pretty big can of olives. I'm just going to put maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of the can in here. Now these cans are drained beforehand. Yeah, and it looks like this right now, very colorful. And I'm going to squeeze the crap out of this lime, right? I'm gonna squeeze it, squeeze the lime juice into my bowl, like that. Squeeze it, give it a good squeeze, a Sudbury squeeze. That. Come on! There you go. Got some lime juice in my dip. And I'm going to chop up this cilantro with my knife, my trusted knife. Now it doesn't have to be finely chopped, it can be roughly chopped. I would say you want maybe a cup and a half's worth, so it's quite a bit of cilantro. If that's one of the mistakes we did in the first couple of years, is we weren't putting enough cilantro in there. You definitely want a lot of cilantro. And I put that into my bowl, and we have this nice looking salad. And then we're going to take our even larger knife, and we're going to give this a good Sudbury stab stir. So basically I'm going to stir it with my knife like that. Give it a good stir. And it's beautiful. So many colors in here. It's looking so delicious. This is an excellent dip to bring at parties. That lady, she was kind of mean to me, but she sure knew how to make a good dip. So there you go. And now that it's all mixed up, you can see what it looks like. It looks something like this. So it's a very colorful recipe, and it looks beautiful on a table, and it goes very well with non-Tostitos hint of lime. Okay, just regular scoops, because scoops are good, hint of lime bad. That's gonna be a story for another time. And you basically have this chunky avocado dip with your scoop. Look at that. It's so good. It's delicious. Try it at home. Say screw you to that old lady for me. Make it at home. You'll love it too. Okay, bye now.